was just a bar you can search it in.
Hello.
Good job, Discord.
Good job, Discord. Good job, Twitch. We are now live on twitch.tv. Hello. Welcome to the show. I'm a vampire today. I was just watching my face was just pure white. Not far off reality. I was tempted to say I look like Aaron, and I'm like, I can't do that, so I'm glad you made the joke for me. Appreciate it. How's everyone doing?
Grand.
Good.
Ready to descend from the heavens on a ship made of city.
Ready to seize the day.
This could only go well.
Tesh, do you want to recap what happened last week?
Okay. So, we went to find out about Drim. Turns out it's Flying City. So that's always a good thing. That always goes great. So, upon arriving at Drim, we also then found out that the spirits that escaped from that lantern thingy are here. The Vashara, that's right. I hear. And they had taken over, firstly, a man that they left for dead at the dock, and then some governors. And then we got captured by more governors. And then we met the governor king thing, the core, which, of course, is a beholder. Or imprinter of one, at least. Yeah. So that's always a great, what could go wrong there?
What could go wrong? What's wrong with a clockwork beholder?
We got some very terrible and sad news about a certain governor that was the assistant to Anatoly in relation to Will's story. Sorry.
Yes, my story.
Yes, your story.
Will's story, starring William.
Rude story. You shush. My brain is still waking up.
That's why I chose you to do the recap, because you woke up like less than an hour ago.
Yes,
technically.
And then we then also found out that the orbs that are underneath the city keeping it afloat have the rift stone in the middle of it, and essentially, instead of just flying, it just sits in one place, and then they lift it.
It's suspended in the sky. It's not flying. It's just kind of held
my voice
there.
doing the weird thing. Is my mic making me sound really deep?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Another reason why I wanted you to do the recap.
I just thought you were doing like a James Earl Jones impression.
No.
Really nailing
Is that better?
There's Tesh. There's our boy.
God damn it! What? I'm done. Continue. Your turn.
So yes, where we left off, you're in the flying city of Drim. A night after the festivities of its taking off. It is now very much in the sky. You are above the clouds. And you just went off with Anatoly, where he was like, I'll show you that there's no gate stone keeping the city up. It's this stuff. So you are quite literally in one of the cores that keep the city floating. There's 4 of them right now, where you were discussing with him that you will go with him to speak to the mainframe, the Clockwork Beholder. And he's like, I don't know. I guess we can. Sure. We'll.
He's like, maybe you should wear a disguise.
Yeah.
Not to defend the thing that I have, complete control over. It's fine.
He just wants to be polite.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, you downloaded the brain of one of the most notoriously malevolent and self-centered creatures and said, here, this is absolute power over this place. Don't abuse it. So I don't know what was the expected result.
He thinks he's smarter than he is, and that's a problem.
This is why you don't
Already pretty
outsource your
smart.
projects.
So
Also, in Jarviskjir, people don't really know the truth about beholders because there's been like 2 in history at least. So there's always that. So
yeah, for sure. This
the-
is
question is, what is your plan? He's gone over that there is actually a way down into the mainframe from his house, which makes sense because it is below his house. So
Well, how? I'm gonna actually. Virich is actually gonna ask me. How long does it take to get to the core from here?
well, it probably takes an hour to get to my house from here, and then maybe another hour to get all the way down. It's a straight route, but it's still a lot of maintenance tunnels to go through.
Warn me when we're about 40-ish minutes from the core.
That's strangely precise, but I can do that.
Good. Okay,
Why?
thank you. Because I can do stuff to make us all blend into shadows, so that we can.
And then you can hide out of the way so that.
But I can only really hold it for a certain amount of time, about around-ish an hour.
I have no intention of hiding.
I really don't think you should be down there to talk with
Why?
it.
I have yet to meet him, her.
Oh, you weren't there. I forgot.
So I
Bruno
have no
wasn't with
intention
us.
of hiding. I want to meet your mainframe.
I won't tell you can't because you're the monster hunters, renowned world traveling monster hunters, so you know what you're doing. I just think that if what you think is true, and it does know about the gate stone, it probably would be less likely to tell the people looking for it.
Yes. But do you think that it will tell you? Because
It already hasn't told you. You realize.
yes,
Well, I never asked.
right. So if you ask and you recognize that it has to respond to the command that you give it, then it shouldn't matter whether or not I'm there.
I suppose not.
He makes a valid point.
It does. This one's keen. I can't argue with your logic there, so I'll. If you want to walk in with me, then that's fine.
If he seems reluctant to talk to you, then I will vacate afterwards, but I would still like to meet him.
Okay.
He's rather pleasant.
I shake my head at you.
Very
That
giggles.
is a lie.
I mean, compared to the other governors, that is.
Roll deception.
Well, should we
Uh,
set off? It's quite a long walk, and there's not so much. Luckily, there's not many buildings in the way, so all the back alleys and things we can just walk straight through.
that works.
Okay.
I would have matched you even if I had rolled a 1.
Right.
Insight
Sorry.
for chat.
Wow. On the way, I would like to tell Brute what I told the other two about the fact that it's quite likely that the gate stone is inside it because of the way it talked about how things would have to get through it to get to the gate stone, and also that it let known that its chamber can drop.
Good to
It
know.
let that slip. Yeah. Okay.
So
Unless it meant in like a metaphorical sense.
Let's hope not.
you start walking through the empty flying city of Drim because he's not had his investors in, so the streets are just bare metal streets that go through. There's usually railings on the side that just go down into clouds, and spaces for buildings that have not yet been built because there's the investors haven't given him the money to start building their businesses and apartments and all the things that a city will soon have to thrive. The things that are currently in the city are the warehouses that are needed to do it, and shipwrights for making airships and things that are currently not in operation, because you've got to send the thing up before you start doing more, and honestly that's a little bit sensible. So you're walking through these empty streets and directly towards Anatoly's manor that sits in the direct middle of the city, slightly above everything else on a bit of a man-made hill. Can anyone give me perception checks, please?
Oh dear. it's always a good.
Ooh, a 20.
Oh,
Ooh, 20.
Altogether, you guys all estimated 24.
Well, there's a reason to keep the ranger around, right?
I didn't roll well. I rolled a 9. But I did okay.
As you're walking there, you're having this conversation with Barut about it, and probably doing a little bit more talking and planning, and making sure that if we have to kill a giant robot beholder or whatever, we're ready for it. When you notice it starts to get a bit dark, Barut and Tobias notice. Honestly, Viruk and Aelnor are distracted with other things on the way there. But Barut, you realize that, okay, maybe getting a little bit darker would make sense, but it's early morning, and usually you'd think, it's just a cloud passing overhead, but you're above the clouds. You look up and there's nothing but blue sky that is slowly darkening. You start to see the stars piercing through as the sky, over the period of about a minute, goes from sunny blue to night black, with the moon hanging over the top of the manor. And silhouetted in the moon, Barut, you can see a shape. But Tobias, you can see much more clearly the shape that's kind of pulls itself up from the top of the manor. First of all, it's quite clearly not clockwork. First thing you might think to check. It's very clearly organic in some way. It kind of resembles a bat in proportions, with sort of its front arms being wings, kind of similar to a wyvern. But it doesn't have a bat-like features and a large cylindrical maw. And it's slightly translucent and glows in the moonlight as it comes out, and multiple eyes blaze with energy. And you notice, Tobias, that it's standing and pulling itself out from the roof right next to, where at the very, very top of the roof of the manor, is a gas lantern.
Huh.
And you see this thing kind of pull up from the roof, and then it roars into the night. You can kind of hear laughter sort of drifting in the roaring.
How far away are we right now?
You're like halfway there.
Fuck. More than 120 feet, huh?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Just checking.
Okay. My first move, if I can even do this from here, I need to check something real fast. But I'm immediately gonna stop, everyone else can hear that, right? Like,
yeah, but there's a lot of weird like creaking and stuff in the city, and these two didn't notice it get really dark properly. Of course, by the time it's dark and the roaring has happened, they would notice. Really, what you got out of that is the lantern and the appearance of the thing. But yeah.
way too far
oh
away.
dear.
Okay, never mind. The thing I was gonna do, I'm not close enough to do it. Well, yeah, I'm immediately just gonna stop and like kind of crouch and point up, because it's on like the roof of his house, you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and just be like, yeah, I'm just gonna stop, crouch, point. Like, you guys hear that? Look.
Bruit's already running towards the house.
you stop
Yeah,
everyone and crouch, and he's like,
Oh,
Going.
fuck it.
Like, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but Bruit didn't think. Bruit went.
Anatoly's like, should I go with you? Should I go to the hotel? I don't know
You
what...
should go to the hotel and tell everybody to
I'm
hide.
going to go to hotel, tell everyone, absolutely everything's okay, this is normal. Oh, and he starts like sweat.
Can you get the governors to come help?
Yes, absolutely.
Good, do that as well.
And he starts running off to the hotel, which is kind of back the way you came, mostly.
Don't know if this thing can control the governors.
Yeah, everything that goes to the governor's mind goes through the thing. It's fine. So I don't think the governors are gonna be our friends.
I think
But it's a nice thought.
this is it, boys. Like this is this is whatever was in that lantern is popping off on top of Anatoly's house.
Popping off. You've seen the things
literally
inside the
has
lanterns.
his shield out and it's
You've
sort of
seen them
just
before.
running.
It doesn't look like this, I imagine.
No, the
No.
Vashara are humanoid.
Yeah.
And
fuck is this
in
thing?
the history Brute mentioned, they were even more humanoid before they were cursed.
Upon looking at this thing, does it seem monstrous to me?
You can give me, I suppose, a nature check for that.
Okay. This is gonna go well.
That actually went okay.
It actually seems fiendish. It doesn't seem like a natural creature. The way that day suddenly turned to night, the way that it's glimmering in the moonlight. Okay, it's maybe hauntingly pretty in a weird way, but just the features are so strange and different. They are
Interesting.
demonic.
Oh,
And as you
so
guys are
then
starting
what-
to run across
Yeah.
the streets towards it, it kind of stands up and spreads its wings and looks like it's gonna...
Real
Fly.
quick on the way there, it's gonna do a
Ooh,
quick one of those.
that's a good idea.
I'm gonna look to Aelinor and be like, well, we might have a demon or devil or something on our hands, so
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna cast that too. I was just waiting till I get a little bit closer. I think. I'm not sure. I'm not really great with distances. Like
No, well, absolutely.
But
It's
I don't know if it's like 10 minutes out. I don't know if it's like.
It's
20
Yeah.
reasonable for you to say you're gonna cast it like when it gets close
Okay.
enough.
Yeah.
I
That's
am okay
the
with that.
intention.
I'm also doing that thing.
Cool.
Smart.
Sorry, Virik.
I got nothing.
There's a cat.
Cat tail.
I know we can't even cast. Oh, we can cast it on you. It's just.
Is it- No, yeah, you guys keep yours. I'll stay back and throw shit at it.
Okay. As you're running towards it, it spreads its wings and takes flight, and will land on the street ahead of you.
I need my mic. Oh dear. Oh, here we go. Stop knocking my mic away. I need my mic.
And you're fighting a giant kitty.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Okay.
Let me zoom out.
Let me. You can roll initiative now. Had to check. Don't trust myself anymore.
Huh. 8. Woo.
Ooh, you're actually good. The creature lands slightly awkwardly on the metal. It's clearly not used to landing on metal. And so it lands a little strangely, sending streaks and sparks up into the air as its claws scratch onto the ground. It tries to get some kind of purchase. I'm gonna organize your initiatives, and then, as usual, Tobias gets to go first.
You didn't even roll that with advantage. Do you normally roll?
It does it automatically.
factored in.
Ah, cool.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Rangers, how do they work? Correct. Okay. We're starting out as my turn.
Yes.
Okay. This is such a double-edged sword. Like, we just fought something that had a crazy line attack, so my instinct is to get out of the way, but I also don't want to be near the edge of the bridge, so it's... Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We're just distracted by cattail.
Varric found a nice neighborhood kitty.
Would then like to use my bonus action to use Slayer's Prey, also
Yes.
known as Hunter's Mark Jr. Place that
Yep.
upon him. And I'm gonna
Okay,
shoot
great,
him
yeah.
twice with my longbow.
Do you get
At
any bonus
advantage,
from
'cause
protection?
he
You wouldn't get bonus from protection. You get advantage because he hasn't acted yet.
Because he hasn't
Absolutely.
acted yet, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be that.
Oh,
And okay, I'll take
those
it.
are both hits.
Perfect. So the first one, and Hunter Smart Jr. And the second one.
Well, all right. If you're gonna roll maximums and minimums, at least you're doing.
You
know.
do notice, especially with your keen eye and everyone else kind of following your mark as you charge into battle, your arrows don't really pierce the creature. They bounce off, they scratch, they're only glancing at best.
Still causing some damage,
Mm,
but not what I would expect. Okay.
Causing scrapes, and this thing doesn't appear to have an armored hide. You know, it's not got thick armored plating or anything. It actually looks
There might
kind
be
of
something
soft.
Supernatural going on, perhaps. In any
Cool.
case,
I'm
okay.
useless.
I will point that out to the rest of the group as I shoot, and both of these arrows kind of glance off. I'll just be like, "Oh, damn! There's something protecting it. Something magical is afoot."
Well, shit.
It's my
Awesome.
turn.
Barut, talking about something magical.
I'm gonna move slightly, and then I'm gonna cast something.
It's lucky you're on one of the main streets. They're nice and wide.
Mm-hmm.
This is a bridge, right?
This is the city, because it hasn't been filled in, just has pits that go into the nothing. Because
Right.
it's,
Okay.
it's like a framework.
right. Like this is intended to be a city street, but there is nothing. Okay. I just want to make sure that that was
The
looking at
edges go down to the sea.
Oh shit. Okay, I thought it was just like further into the city. I didn't realize that's like.
No,
They
that's
go
all
down to the
Fuck.
sea.
close to the edge.
That is a hit with Guiding Bolt.
Good news.
If you're in range, you should be there.
Bam.
Yes.
120 feet, yeah.
And that was a level 2 version of Guiding Bolt
Nice.
for 16 radiant damage. And also, just as a thing, I think Guiding Bolt also gives something.
It gives
on the
advantage on the next attack against it.
Thank
So you
I wasn't sure if it was the next attack or next turn.
step up, hold out your hand, shoot your bolt of light at the thing. It is laughing. It does not have a humanoid face. The laughter just kind of emanates from it, kind of tickling at the back of your minds. But when you strike it with the guiding bolt, it like knocks to the side with a burning golden hole in its side, and straight up like looks with multiple eyes. It's got like 8 of them at Barut,
Oh,
and just
Come get some.
you actually say, "Come get some."
Yeah. Yeah,
He's
I do.
like, "Oh, I will. I'll enjoy
good, it's-
this."
Oh, good, it talks.
I don't like it when they talk.
yeah. No, I'm not. And monsters are easier when they don't backtalk.
Backtalk? Do you mean
Backtalk, yes. Yes. My brain, no worky today.
What's Viric's intelligence?
Oh, 12, not too bad.
That's higher than Bruin, I think.
It's higher than
Higher
me.
than Kesh, I think.
Yeah, that
have
is,
the
that
highest
is higher than Bruin.
13.
Oh yeah, Eleanor's
12,
definitely the
12.
smartest person in our
Yeah,
group.
unfortunately.
Like it's not even a question.
Its voice eeps out, and you hear the laughing. Only Barut hears that it actually talks. And then
Oh,
a wall of ice forms between
Uh-oh.
you.
oh. Uh-oh. He
Well,
pulled a
Barut-
May.
It's been real.
He pulled a May and got the person who went too far forward.
Fine. This
And
is how we
then-
fight. I go down, and then you guys get angry, and that's how our fights go.
Alright. Oh, you're smart. It actually blinks. Right there. Doesn't just quite have the range to get an attack off from the blink. Which is very convenient. And it will blink and then it will just sort of slowly walk up, kind of on its, like a bat crawling on the ground. But you can tell there's a little bit more in keenness to it. You can sense intelligence in this creature, especially considering it just cut you off from the pack.
How big is this ice wall?
Yeah, I was
How
just
big?
about how tall? Yeah.
How
How
tall?
tall and how thick? I guess.
It doesn't look very thick.
10 foot square. It's not very thick, but it's 10 foot 10 foot
So
high.
it's 10 feet high. Okay.
That's not bad.
We've
That's
got
not too bad at all.
It's fine.
Annoying
Yeah.
enough.
I have a feeling Eleanor is about to Kool-Aid man her way through this.
Absolutely.
First of all, we have Virik.
It's like I probably have a better chance of like jumping over it, but it's gonna be really cool if I could.
So,
I want you to
plan.
really man it. Honestly.
Yeah.
Now, something that's interesting, it's not actually solid ice. It's kind of like ice chunks floating kind of in this magical, glittery area.
Okay.
Almost like the moon is beaming down this wall and it's forming ice. You might be able to push through it. It's probably a bad idea.
can I? Can
I
I?
dumped wisdom.
Can I go over it? Can I climb it?
So there's two choices. There's trying to climb it and there's trying to jump over it.
Okay.
You
Well, I
are
haven't touched-
an acrobatic bouncy monk. You can
Yep.
try either. Let me know which you want to try.
You know, I want to try and jump over it because I feel if I touch it, it's bad. And then if I fail at jumping over it, I can just continue. I can land on it and climb.
You also have a bit of a run up, so go ahead and give me an acrobatics roll.
Okay.
For fuck's sake. It's not bad.
Kind of a modifier.
Yeah.
Probably not enough though.
That is actually enough. I do need you to make a Constitution saving throw. You
Okay.
kind of slightly clip through it, and there's an aura of cold that comes off it, but I'm only going to give you half damage anyway, so it's basically do you take half damage or quarter damage? You're going to take half damage.
Yeah, okay.
Con save, of course I am. And then what I'm going to do is I'm
So
gonna
you
move
take
around here.
6 cold damage. Actually, garbage.
Alright.
So it's one of the things that you clip through it. Virik probably doesn't even notice that he does, you know, with that much.
Yeah. So I'm moving here so I can be an advantage bot because I'm probably going to be very useless in this fight. And I'm going to do at least do
Your
some
action
damage.
would have been jumping that thing.
Okay.
Because you did
Then
jump
bonus action.
10 feet high.
I'll use flurry of blows.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah,
I can
see?
only do that if I actually attack that turn, so I can't. Yeah, never mind. I am now just an advantage bot. I'm here to give advantage.
All right, Eleanor.
Yeah, I'm just gonna charge through it.
Give
'Cause
me
if
a
I climb over-
Constitution save.
Go.
We'll just do it really quickly.
Just like jumping
Now.
in a pool.
The
Yeah.
trick
Don't
is,
ease in, jump in.
can Tobias follow through the hole?
That's
You actually
amazing.
do manage to resist much of the cold as you force your way through. You take 9 cold damage from it.
All right.
Could be worse.
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 That's what 18 if you didn't succeed.
Which is
Over
worse.
Worse, yeah.
Yes.
Good luck, Tobias.
Thank you.
Someone has their phone on the table. and
You
I'm
would have
gonna-
advantage.
I'm gonna have to call you out to the front of the class.
But it's okay.
Just moved it. It should be fine now. I was getting a phone
Gonna have
call.
to share your text with the class, Mr. Popular.
I will, actually.
That's a hit,
from
by the
my
way.
mom.
That's it.
Aw.
You
From
actually
my
get
mom.
advantage.
I know, but I forgot, and that's my own
my
fault.
mom just got officially engaged. So,
Oh. You know what? I'm still gonna
That's
sass you, but
yeah.
you're allowed.
I'll allow that one
Our
myself.
sword just got officially engaged with this devil's face.
You add an extra smite dice, of course. Yeah.
Awesome.
It's a fiend.
Absolutely.
Oh, see, it thought I was the threat. Oh, how mistaken it was.
So, as whenever fighting a fiend,
Yeah,
Go
you get
ahead.
another attack, sir.
I'll remember my advantage this time.
your
God damn it.
that is a hit.
Excellent.
Good to know.
Consistency.
Beautiful.
Alright, so that's all the damage.
Neat. Yeah.
I'm
so
assuming you're already doing it like manually, so I'm not gonna total it up for you.
I am. I usually do that if I. Sometimes not when someone has like 8 damage dice on one attack, but
I wonder who we're looking at there.
As always when fighting any kind of fiend, Eleanor's sword strikes true, cleaving into the wing of the thing. It is actually significantly staggered by that. As always, fiends have their cockiness. They don't expect magical damage to come from nowhere and harm them. So it's just the sheer surprise staggers them. Tobias.
So, question 1. Am I able to shoot an arrow through this wall?
Ooh, valid question.
The wall can't hurt you if you don't go through the wall.
No, you can't.
Did Eleanor
you
leave a
shoot
hole
one
in her
over
No,
wall?
it kind of reformed.
Am I able to shoot in a crazy high arc over the
You can't see your target, so technically no.
Okay. All questions have been answered. I will move through the wall.
Though they were good questions.
Which is gonna be a con save,
That's
right?
going to be a con save. Although, actually, before that, it
Yeah.
needs to make a concentration save. No, never mind about the wall. It dropped concentration.
Hey.
Hey.
Okay, in that case, I'm probably just gonna stay where I was at then. And I will draw my +1 arrow that I bought from the Wood Elves.
Never know when you might need a +1.
You never know, and I think this is gonna be pretty much when I need it. So let's hope this works out. I'm gonna shoot it with a longbow. That's a 20 total because of said arrow.
It would have really
That's a hit.
sucked to miss that and just
Would have. But we've got that and Hunter's Mark Jr.
Ooh.
+1, so that's 7 damage.
Yep. Arrow
And then
strikes
the-
true.
And then the second
Like,
shot,
strikes it in the leg or something.
which is just a normal attack.
That is a hit, yep.
Jesus. And that's 12 damage. That is not magic.
No, exactly. What a shame, huh? What a shame.
you need to learn that with us it's always the second offhand attack that's the
It's
best.
true.
Yeah, we're all
Shoot the first one as a normal arrow, and then you shoot the second one with the +1.
Yeah.
Always.
Brute.
That's my turn.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna move around slightly, and I know that this is potentially dumb, but I am also gonna cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Mm-hmm.
So right now I'm at a 20 AC. And then I am going to... I feel like touching him is a terrible idea, but I'm going to. Magically touch him, hopefully. Now, as far as the Guiding Bolt stuff for advantage on the next attack, because people were attacking, that already used that up, correct?
Yeah.
Okay,
We
good.
totally fluffed that shit up, but yeah, it popped
I
ages
think
ago.
it only has like a one down round duration. Did anybody reach him in that round?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just totally
All
forgot,
the
but it's already been
all,
popped
all
on
the
something.
attacks afterwards had advantage because I jumped around behind you.
Exactly. So it wouldn't have mattered anyways. I was just confirming that that's like it ends regardless of whether or not it was technically used.
You should-
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm a dumb person, and I'm not gonna move before I attack. I'm gonna move after I attack, because that.
Also, if you move just one more slot, you still have advantage.
Yeah, but I don't want to move one more slot.
Okay.
So,
He doesn't want it.
but I'm
Fair enough.
gonna touch his butt.
That's a butt touch.
Good thing you had advantage.
That is a genuine butt touch.
Roll
Good.
for butt touch.
Rolling for butt touch.
Oh, damn.
For 25 plus 6, so 31 necrotic damage.
That's really bad.
And then I'm
That's
moving.
really bad.
That's a lot
really
of
bad.
damage.
So,
That could almost kill me in one shot.
what?
The question is, did he heal from necrotic damage? No?
No, well, here's the thing. While that
Yeah.
whole thing happens, he kind of cements himself on the ground and spreads his wings, but not to take off. He's almost sunning himself in the moonlight, and wounds are repairing. Can you guys give me insight rolls, please?
Huh. Oh my
Yes.
god.
Yes, I
You
can.
realize that the non-magical wounds are completely repairing almost instantly when he does this. The magical wounds are still very much affected, but it did replenish itself quite well. And then will blink
Oh, fuck off.
and sort of launch its arms forward, throwing almost discs of moonlight. One at Aelinor and one at Virik. Aelinor first.
I'm dead.
Womp womp.
Not gonna hit your armor class. I think your armor class is more than 16.
Yes.
You can just...
It's 17 right now.
Ooh!
That was close.
Close. Virik gets hit.
Oh, right, because of
Ooh,
the
yes.
Ooh, I forgot about that. I'm okay.
Now, Virik, can you please give me a constitution save?
Oh, this will go down great. It's a 13.
The bolt of moonlight hits you and bursts, and you feel this cold chill grasp at your heart. You take 30 cold damage.
Oh, I'm down. I'm down.
So don't worry about the constitution save, because you just fall down. That's why I had thought I gave you that description first. Because I thought that might hit you. And actually, it kind of laughs and is wheezing. And it says, "You were as strong as the Vashara said, but I have a job to do. And these are my hunting grounds now. You're mortals. You'll run. You'll always do."
Until you hunt me down, you're not running anywhere.
Virik, can you roll me a death save, please?
Up and up,
I'm
up.
pissed. This is...
Roll a 20.
Close.
Ah!
So close.
That's okay, I'm gonna heal you next turn anyways.
Eleanor,
I was wanting to.
I thought it was gonna happen.
the
That would be the
creature,
best
the
one.
fiend, is still quite clearly damaged. I mean, you actually did a lot of damage, just smashing your sword into it. But it blinked away in the moonlight.
I'm gonna give Barut a nod, to confirm that he's going to heal Varric.
Yeah.
And then
You guys know how each other fight by now, which is neat.
Yeah. I'm not gonna be healing him for a lot, but I am gonna heal him.
That's okay. I'm gonna spend.
It's fine.
I'm useless in this fight, so what I'm gonna do is I'm
That's
gonna
my
spend
turn.
all my key and try and
Sprinting.
stun it. All of the key.
Tobias, it's your turn.
Okay. When he blinked away, is my arrow the magic one?
The
on
magic
ground,
arrow
or
is still lodged inside it.
It's still stuck in him. Okay. That's both good and bad, I guess. But
Yeah.
okay.
Proved that it worked.
Exactly.
And that you can probably get it back as well.
I feel like
Somebody's
we want-
watching me.
Yes. Okay, here's a second
Hopefully.
question for you. Cordon of Arrows, is that damage considered magical because it comes from a spell?
I don't think so, because it is launching physical arrows.
It doesn't specifically say that it is. Okay, that's fine.
Which is, I think, the logic is that it's mundane damage from a magical
That
source.
Makes sense.
I think. And especially how you would do it, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Okay. What I'm gonna do then is shoot him twice with a longbow. So that's gonna be a 13.
That's a miss.
And a 16.
And that's a hit.
Always the second.
Always the second.
Always a second. It's just the rules of this game.
Yeah.
It's still, even though it's a glancing hit, it's a big one. Brute.
Here. Okay, that's what
Virik, get up.
I'm up. He does that like jump up facing the wrong way, like.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna fire another guiding bolt at it.
That's a hit.
Yeah.
What level?
Level 2. For 22 damage.
22 damage. It's big. It's big damage. That leaves the fiend like smoking, and you straight up see it turn its head to the top of the manor.
Don't run, you little bitch. Get back here. Berlin is like actually calling it on its shit and trying to taunt it.
You can give me an intimidate.
Alright. My +1 intimidation.
That's not bad.
It's not terrible. All things considered, for Bruit, that's not bad.
Yeah.
For being a weak little elf, that's not bad, honestly.
It laughs and says, "You of all should understand, elf. It's more than just a fleeting battle." And it spreads its wings, and
The fucker.
now if any of you want to... So it gets 120 feet away in its first turn of flight. So would any of you still have range to attack on your next turn?
It gets 120 feet away in the air, right?
Yes, so you would for like another turn. Just
Well,
Yes.
yeah.
I
have-
would normally be rolling with disadvantage because of the heavy crossbow, but you have guiding bolt on it right now, so it's regular. And I'm gonna cast. Can I cast Ensnaring Strike?
Yeah. I mean, does that explicitly say melee?
I don't believe so.
I don't know.
I've used it with a javelin before, but let me check.
I think we have.
With a weapon attack. Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Ensnaring Snake, heavy crossbow. I think.
Makes me wonder if you can make a crossbow paladin build.
No, because you can't smite.
You can't smite.
Oh, okay.
You could smite with ranged weapons. It would be the best.
I can't.
That's a
So the
homebrew
question
idea.
is, should I take the
homebrew
shot
idea.
or should Tobias take the shot? I can't cast the Ensnaring Strike on him
Flag is your two.
itself.
Oh.
But do you want the advantage?
You would
for
have.
rolls?
Remember, you have like a couple of seconds of thought before it's out of your range.
Yeah.
Well, wait,
Well, that's
no,
a
you,
bonus
I
action.
would
The next
do
time
bonus
you need a
attack.
creature with a
you
weapon
cast it
attack,
on yourself
cast on
and
yourself
then shoot.
and then you shoot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can
And
do
you're
that.
next, so you should do it because, like, realistically, we're just all gonna attack it as much as we can. So go for it.
Yep.
Ah,
That is a miss.
Yep. That's a
Unfortunately,
great shot.
every
Okay.
good idea Aaron has
I know.
is a miss.
the worst thing is, if I'd been a little faster, I was going to run out to it and try and stun it a couple times.
Ooh. Tobias, if you want to take a few shots, feel free.
I do.
I can't even attempt that range.
This is something I might know ahead of time. You can tell me if this is asking too much, but does anybody have any holy water on them?
No, and you know, I thought about making some because Aelinor can. as
That
a
would have been
paladin.
so good because
but-
I have that flask arrow.
I don't. Baruit
That's
doesn't
okay.
carry any
I
holy
did
water.
note while I was thinking about this the other day that none of you have holy water.
I do have elven wine though. Feel free to throw that in the.
I have Vey water.
Okay.
Oh wait, the Feywater's the knockout stuff, right?
Yeah, but
You
you
knocked
have to.
Varric out.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
might not
but,
have the
like,
same effect
it's-
on, like a devil.
Might
In
be
any
worth
case,
a
we don't
try.
really have the time to like workshop this, so
No.
I'm just gonna move up as much as I can. I'm gonna drop protection from evil and good and cast Hunter's Mark on him with
Mhm.
my bonus action. And then I am going to shoot at it twice with a longbow. So let's see how this pans out.
First one's a hit.
Okay. And Hunter Smart Jr. And
Oh.
regular Hunter Smart.
Wait, wouldn't Aelinor have gotten another? Oh no, heavy crossbow. never
Heavy
mind.
crossbow. So,
But no,
unfortunately,
I did get 2 attacks. Oh no, I have a crossbow. Yeah, never mind.
unfortunately, it being mundane damage just scratches at the thing more. Even when you hit as it flies, and you watch it fly right back up to the top of the manor.
It gets another 120 feet away, right?
Yeah,
Because I can shoot at it again with disadvantage as long as it's within 600 feet.
And I can. Is it,
I will tell
20
you
feet right now.
that
Because it is.
Tobias continues shooting and does not slay it with mundane
Okay.
weaponry. Which is why I was going to skip that over.
Yeah, just making sure. Because I mean,
Because you totally
from, like,
can.
Perspective, you totally.
It's
would
just not
keep
going to do
shooting.
anything.
Cool. That's totally fine.
Burwit is immediately just running towards the manor.
Yeah.
Please do.
Like non-stop.
Okay.
Just running.
That
as-
bastard stole my arrow.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Okay. Can you guys give me athletics checks?
Oh, okay.
Apparently. Yeah. Okay. Oh man.
Makes sense. I did just get up off the ground.
It's alright, they're alright. They're not terrible. You start sprinting towards the manor. You get into the grounds because it's not locked up or anything, because there's like no one here. Now comes to the case of climbing the multi-story manor. It's around 4 stories tall, not including if there's any sort of attic up in there. You can see the creature up there in the moonlight, because the moonlight's so bright, you can see quite clearly. Clearly trying to heal, and you can hear it growling in a fiendish language, probably talking to the Vashara. How do you want to climb it? It does have gutters and things like that, which
You
are
know
always
what?
a good
I'm
place to
gonna try and speed this up for everyone. I'm gonna do Step of the Wind and grab my rope.
climb. Yep.
So I want to climb up faster and then tie off something so they can climb up faster behind me.
Do you want to try and... No, that's fine. That is acrobatics for you.
Still 9. And I had Step of the Wind going so I can jump further.
Yes, that's true. Which is why with a 9 you do get up there. You do
Okay,
end up pulling down large chunks of the guttering while you're doing so, because you're kind of broken and tired and bleeding, and pull chunks out and sort of slightly anti-gravity with Step of the Wind, you know, manage to grab back on and get up.
Looney Tunes it.
As you're up there, could you give me an initiative roll real quick?
Oh, fuck.
Because you made an awful lot of noise. Awful lot of noise.
Oh, yeah, I can do that then.
Oh, it hurts.
The
The
fiend.
worst thing is I knew exactly what I was going to do if I got high enough, but I'm probably just going to go down.
No, you get onto the roof, but it acts before you when you're up there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm just probably just going to go down.
Outside, and it will launch up to you and just start clawing, biting.
Yeah, no,
clawing.
I'm. There's no way. I'm probably. This is actually probably me dead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! I just realized something that I would like to do as Virik is doing this. I don't know if it'll make a difference or
Sure.
not.
No, feel free. While I'm rolling the attack rolls that hit him, and they
Yeah.
all hit.
I have a potion of climbing.
Oh, so do you want to like swig
Like-
that and start climbing up.
Yes.
In
As
that
Bjork is
case,
doing his thing,
Ooh, how
I
do
want-
potions of climbing work? Do they just give you advantage, or
I can
climb
Google it
for
real quick.
free? You know what? You look at that. I'm gonna roll damage on Virik.
When you drink this potion, you get a climbing speed equal to your walking speed for 1 hour.
You
Also-
zip up there. Oh, in that case, give
And it
me.
gives you advantage on strength checks to climb.
In that case, give me a climbing check, an athletics check, and then an initiative roll.
Okay.
And you'll decide whether you get in
So I have advantage.
first or after.
Okay.
It's a really good move.
So it's a 13 athletics. And you want initiative roll?
Uh-huh.
Well, this is going on. Varut, how are you at climbing?
I like how it says it's
Yeah,
actually-
23!
You rolled a nat 1 and got a 23.
Unfortunately, a 13 isn't quite good enough for you to get up there before the fiend can act, because there's those few moments just like you had of like, oh,
Yeah.
find potion, drink potion, run.
Answers
So-
are not good, by the way, Eleanor.
I would tie a rope around my waist and hand you the other end.
Great.
Mr.
I will
Virik,
tie it.
does a 16 knock you out?
Yep.
He then continues clawing into you and actually hits you one more time, giving you 1 point of death. He just starts brutalizing you, just scraping and clawing at your unconscious body.
There goes my plan.
At that point, Tobias gets up and sees this, and you act
How
before it.
tall is the roof?
4 stories, which translates to more or less.
56 feet.
No. A story of
Depends
a
where you-
building is usually not
8
that.
Oh, no, 10-ish?
10-ish, if you count gnomish buildings,
This is
so
also built
around...
stone, right?
Actually, it would be around 50 feet, because it has a roof, like a roof on top
Yeah.
of the upper layer, so yeah, around 50 feet. But don't
Okay.
worry about it, because it's Tobias's turn.
No, I know, I'm just asking. For curiosity.
It's a good question.
Yeah.
It's a reason why I gave it in stories, not feet.
Yes.
As soon as I get up there, I am going. Shit. Okay. Well, I'm gonna draw 2 swords. Actually, wait. Okay. What are the rules for shooting in melee? It's disadvantage,
Disadvantage.
right?
And you don't have advantage because it has already acted in this combat.
Exactly. It might be worth it. Can I pull the arrow out of it and then try to
Ooh,
shoot
that
it with
would
my
be
bow?
a athletics check, I suppose, to out of the thing.
While it's busy mauling me, just yank.
Yeah, because I was gonna pull it out and shoot it with it again. I think I'm honestly gonna be better off just attacking with my swords, because even though it's mundane
But
damage,
it is cool.
That is
you're
very
right. It is cool. So do I get any kind of advantage because it's distracted by devouring Burek?
Let me do a roll to see if it is completely.
Sure.
Yeah, I'd say you'd get advantage because it is just completely overcome with rage and is just taking
All
it
right,
out on Virik.
let's see how this goes.
I'll allow you your advantage.
Ah!
So you get on under it, you start trying to pull the arrow out, and it just stands up straight and tall and looks down at you, and then is going to attack.
Can I
Don't
see it from the ground? Because it's by the edge of the roof.
If you want to roll initiative.
I do. Mainly because there's 2 things that I really want to do.
And if Aeonor wants to also roll
I
initiative,
just roll
because
it, yeah, that way it's
at
just
this
easy for-
point, fuck it.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's gonna act first. Oops, second.
Oops.
What's your armor class? That one of those D20s was a D12, so let's discard that.
17.
17. So it does hit you twice. It's like it just rears up, and it's got this like cylindrical mouth, right, with just teeth all the way around, and it just goes down on your head, dealing 11 points of damage. Also of note, that was the last thing Virik saw, was his face getting eaten by a face. Then it is going to start clawing at you as well, which also hits for... I should really not just have my dice just sprawled over this point of the table, but it works. Hobo DM! For another 14 damage. And then it misses its final attack, which was trying to knock you off the roof with a swing from its tail. Then is Aelenor's turn.
I'm gonna climb. I'm gonna start climbing.
Give me an athletics.
Yep. I'm gonna try to like choose like as easy of a route as possible for like the route to follow.
Yeah. Because Virik took the route of just going up the gutters. He does it all the time. He's a thief. You choose the route of like going up the windows, up the door, like taking the fancy architecture and just destroying it, going up it in all heavy armor. But just because of the sheer amount, you don't get all the way up it in one turn because.
I mean, I also have a rope tied to me and Baru, so
yeah.
there's only so far I can go.
But you get at least halfway. If you get a good roll next time, you're up. Then is Baru down there.
I'm gonna shout at Virik and tell him to wake up. This is the second time I've had to shout at you today. Don't make me do it again.
I'm sorry.
And I can see it right now, correct?
Yeah, it's kind of trying to knock Tobias off the roof.
God damn it.
That's a miss.
Yeah.
It's the old, you're trying not to hit your friends in a scuffle.
In that, I'm also going to shout at it and say, why are you so afraid? Why are you up there? Come down here and fight me.
I'll allow you to try and intimidate.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
No.
That's a nice thought.
It's a nice thought.
It's a nice
Literally
thought.
every time we're in battle and we try to do stuff outside, it almost never
19
works. Although that was
+1.
great.
It's a 20 total.
So next up is Tobias. Actually, next up is Virik. Let me not forget that. He actually would have
Okay.
loose.
Right underneath him, so I might as well do blap blap.
Those both
Aha!
hit. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that, but I'm also gonna use that on both. Well, the first one first. It's safe to see of 10, so it's quite likely gonna
Stunning
make it.
strike is a big reason why you shouldn't roll both your attack rolls at the same time, because it would have given you initiative if it passed.
Oh, right.
What's
that's
your
a good
DC
point.
for stunning strike?
Oh, 10. Sorry.
It got an 11. You
Okay.
do stunning strike the second time.
Yep.
So close.
It fails. Your chakrams do this same glancing damage that is just healed by the moonlight above it. But the second time you just haymaker around the side of the face, it just staggers back away from Tobias, kind of shaking, badly injured.
Holy shit, I did it! And
Now it's Tobias.
No, I can still punch. I can still punch with advantage
You
now.
are a monk. You have many things you can do. That's
Good.
it.
And I had advantage. And wow, that's actually a really good punch.
Unfortunately, it's mundane damage that does nothing.
And then you know what? I'm actually gonna back away. About, let's say I had to get up, so 40 feet.
You'd have to go around the roof, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Backing away would be a fall, and Virik is
Oh,
good at
okay,
falls,
around.
but not that good.
Yeah.
But you can get just out of the way, out of the fight.
Yeah.
Of note, there is a lantern in the center of the roof, like where the points meet, that is flickering quite intensely.
Then I might head towards that.
You absolutely do in your turn. Tobias. The creature is stunned, staggered.
Can't take attacks of opportunity, correct? And I have advantage against it, correct? Is it fair to say that I could easily go and pull out my arrow?
It's fair to say you'll have an easier attempt if you have to make an athletics check. Because it wasn't an opposed one, it was a You're trying to pull an arrow out of a demon.
Right.
So
Is that an advantage?
I will, yeah, absolutely advantage still. Different reasons, but
That's the same roll I had last time.
you don't get it out.
Amazing. Cool. That's my turn.
Next up is Eleanor.
Okay. I'm gonna climb.
I climb.
I climb.
Oh,
You get up
Oh.
onto the roof with
She has
the
advantage.
yeah, Groot tied to the rope so he can easily scamper the way up the rest of it.
Can
See
I tie off the rope
yeah,
on
exactly.
something for him? Yeah.
Go to town.
Thing. Awesome. Then next up is actually the wee beastie.
Dang it.
Does he make a save against this at the end of each of his turns? No.
Stunning strike.
This is to the end of your next turn, so he's still stunned.
Yep.
So in which case, it's Barut's turn. You can
I'm a
either...
clown.
Yeah, that is athletics with advantage. You start your way up. You don't get all the way up. It's
No,
easier, but
that's-
it's not that easy for a frail little mountain elf who spends all his life climbing.
I literally have a 14 strength. Like, I have +2 to strength. I'm not a weak person. I just don't have proficiency in anything athletic related.
You're a nerd.
I'm a nerd. I'm good at it, but just naturally. I'm not proficient in it. I am trained in it.
Virik.
Yeah, I'm the total opposite.
Okay. I'm actually going to move back up to it so I can attack it. I'm going to do that first.
It's a hit.
Okay, and then I'm going to attempt another stunning strike to try and
Yeah,
keep
that's
it
what I
stunned.
thought you were going to do. It passes that one.
Damn, okay, well, it's going to be free at the end of this then. That's all I can really do. So I'm going to chakram it again and then punch it again.
Mm-hmm.
It's mundane damage, but hey, if you guys do enough, it might actually knock it.
It does seem that the mundane damage is really doing... It's doing damage that is just instantly healed.
Yep, so I'm just going to... That's what I'm going to do now.
Okay.
I'm going to go over... I'm going to run straight over to the lantern now. The other side of the lantern, so it has to come at me. it has
That's a
to come
good
through the wall.
idea. With that, we're going to actually take a break. And
Oh.
we'll continue this after these non-commercial messages. That's the joke you get.